I'm going to show you how to use the Pro Page Creator with the upgraded version of the software to create custom trigger pages that are super professional. So you come into the software and you're going to go to where it says Trigger Pages and then click Add New. Then go ahead and give your page a new name. And then what you're going to do is scroll down here. Now you'll notice that you can embed whatever you create on any page or post you want just by grabbing the short code. If you put that on any other page or post, it will show a small version of whatever you create right there on it. Okay, so that's an option that's available to you, and you'll see some really practical uses for it. Now, if you want to use a logo, all you're going to do is input the URL to the logo here. So you can't upload a logo, but what you can do is link to a logo that you've already uploaded. Now, if you input something here, this is going to appear at the very top of the page. Okay, so this will be above everything else. And then you could put your main headline right here. And then below that, you could put a subheadline as well. And if you want to use HTML in here, you can. So it will have a default look and feel for this. But if there's different sort of HTML settings, like a different font color or text size, you could put in HTML code for that in these blanks as well. So you put in your subheadline, and then you could put in a blurb, this is like the main content or the body content of your page. So it's generally like smaller text, and it's more text than what your headline or subheadline would be. Okay, and then if you want to add a video to your landing or opt-in page, you can do that as well. You need the embed code for it. So if you wanted to use a YouTube video and you wanted to embed it, I'll show you how to get the embed code. So you would go, you'd find the video, and then down below it, you'd click on the share arrow here, and then click on embed. Okay, and then you would just Control A to copy that, select it all, Control C to copy it, and then we'll go paste it in. We come back here, and then we just do Control V to paste all of that in. Then we can choose our button text. Now, these pages that you create are two-step pages, which means there's a button, and then it brings people to the opt-in form on the second page. So they click the first one, and then they go to the next one. So I'll just say join now. You can change the button color to whatever you want it to be. And then if you want to enter footer text, you can do that as well. Okay, so those are the main settings for your page. Then we'll publish that page. And then we can take a look at the other functions as well. So if we want to see what it looks like so far, we can now look at it because we've published it, and you can see that this is what it looks like. It's very professional, but it is pretty plain because we didn't add a lot of other stuff. So let's take a look and see what else we can do. So the next step is to click on the background and design, and now we have a choice. We can add a YouTube video as the actual background for our video, and it will play in the background, or we can add 1, 2, or even 3 background images. And just like the logo, you add the URL for the image, and it will scroll through them all. So it will do like a slideshow between all 3 of them. If you do 3, it'll do a slideshow between the 2 if you do 2. And if you wanted to use a video, you just put in the video ID. So I'll show you how to do that. So if we wanted this Norm of the North new movie to play in the background, then we can come down here and go to share. And then we just need the edge of this URL. We just need all these letters at the end here. It's going to copy it all, but now we can just go back over there, and we'll do Control V to paste it in. And we could just delete everything before the video ID starts. Okay, and now if we update that and then we go check the page, you see that now it's playing with that video in the background. Obviously there's no sound because we don't want it to override the video or whatever content we have, but it allows you to make really, really nice pages very quickly. So the next thing is the actual autoresponders. And so you could choose your background, and then for the autoresponder, this works with every autoresponder. Now, this is not to be confused with the autoresponder settings under SocialFunnels settings. If you set up that Aweber and that get response, that's fine, but that's only for used in the poll, the snap poll type of Sochi funnel. It has nothing to do with the page creator. Okay, so for this, your autoresponder settings, you actually create your autoresponder form with all the information that you have right here. So the headline for what people are signing up for, the subheadline, the button text. So let's fill that out. So I put in, get this cool thing free, or whatever you normally get on a headline for an opt-in form. Subheadline, instant download, even if it's 2 a.m. And then button text, instant download. Now you can choose your button color. So you can go orange, green, blue, light blue. Let's just go blue for the sake of this. Spam text, you could put in like, we won't spam you, or whatever you want to say. And then your autoresponder code. Okay, this is where your entire code is going to go get pasted in. Now, the important thing about the autoresponder code is that you need the full HTML version of the code. It'll work with any autoresponder, but a lot of autoresponders want to give you one line of JavaScript instead of the full HTML form. So let me show you just one example using Aweber. Okay, so for Aweber, and all the services are the same. Okay, so the buttons and the names of the menus might be different, but they all work basically the same. You create your list, and then you create a web form so you can put it on your website to capture subscribers. When you go to create your form, what they usually give you by default is this, the JavaScript snippet, which is at most this long. Sometimes it's even shorter. For get response, it's like one line long, and that's it. You know if it's too short and it's not enough code, that it's wrong. Okay. Also, if it starts with the word script, the little arrow and then script, and it ends with script, that's JavaScript. Okay, so that will not work. You need the raw HTML version, and they all provide this because it's required for some services. And you'll notice right away it's a lot more code, right? Now, we don't need the beautiful forms, the styles, because we're overriding the style with our own page. So we can uncheck this. And then we're going to do Control-A to highlight it all, Control-C to copy it. Then we come over to our form and we Control-V to paste it. Okay, and then we're just going to update the page. Now, let me show you what that does, and then we'll take a look at the box functions next. So if we go over to our page, and now we have to refresh it because we made a change. It'll look the same, but you'll see the function. Now, when I click on the Join Now button, it asks me for my name and email address, and then when I click the Instant Download button, it will automatically add that person to my Aweber list. So that is how easy it is to build that out. Now, let's come back here and let's take a look at the box styles. So the box is this white area around here. Okay, all of that is the box. And that is also customizable, both boxes actually, the first click box and the second. So the first box background style, you may want it to be a light color just so you can see it. Let's see, we'll choose orange. And then for the second box, let's go with a bricks texture, just so you can get an idea. It's going to look ugly, but that's fine. I'm just doing this for effect, so you can see exactly how it works. So now we go back here, and again, we have to refresh it. And when we refresh the page, you can see that now it's loaded in an orange box. I would obviously change the button color if I was going to go with orange. And then when you click that, it gives you the brick texture for the second box. So you could customize the boxes as well and the look and feel of it that way. And then there's some SEO settings. If you want to play with the SEO stuff and you're trying to get search engine rankings, you could come in here and you could put in a fave icon, whatever title you wanted to appear in the web browser, meta description, and then if you have tracking scripts, you could put that in there as well. Okay, so that is how you design pages, and it will allow you to create pages with lots of cool content on them to get people to subscribe to your list. Now, the one other thing that I want to mention is under the main settings, there's a lot more customization options than even I shared so far, because that's the basic way and the most popular way to set up a page. However, let's say if instead of a video in the center of the main page opt-in box, you wanted to do something else. Like you wanted to put a picture of a product, or a picture of like maybe an e-cover of some software or an ebook that you were going to give away. In this case, I just did a picture of a bike. But as long as it's HTML code, it'll work in here. So you can paste in this HTML code, save the form, and then when I go back to the page and I refresh it, I've got a picture of a bike. Okay, so obviously I would change the top of this and stuff and the bottom to say, win this free bike, or, whatever I was doing. I would make this so it all made sense. But the point is, you can literally put just about anything in here: banner codes, e-cover images, whatever. The one thing to bear in mind is it will not auto adjust the size. Okay, so when I first put the bike in, for example, it was stretching over to the side of the screen because I had it too big, and then I just put in a width command for HTML to shrink it. So you will need to know a little bit of basic HTML unless you have images that are right about this size, like 600 pixels wide. Again, any other kinds of codes would work. Embed codes from other sites, web forms, whatever it is. I mean, use your imagination. You could put just about anything on here. It does not have to be a video. Okay, but the point is, it's a two-step opt-in process, and the purpose is to get people to join your list. So you get them to click the first button, and then they opt in on the second page, and it allows you to give them all of that content in order to do that.